So the last thing we're going to show you is how to get into Audrey II number 4, you see back behind me. When you receive it, she's going to be in this position, sitting on a platform and sitting into a brace, a wooden brace that's in the back of the platform. She's also sitting on top of what we call the kill plate. That's underneath the front jaw there. I'll talk more about that later. This is the best way to store her. She is fiberglass, and this makes sure that she doesn't get any cracks or creases in her when she's sitting at rest. If you can't store her like this, the second best way to store her is on top of this stool. But again, I'll talk more a little bit about that later. Here we go. So this is plant number 4 from the back. When you receive it, it'll be, as I said, in this position. But these weights will not be on it. These are the counterbalance weights. These go in 3 places on the back of the aluminum. The first one's already attached over here. You take the next ones, put them on like this. It just velcros on and around and holds it in place like that. The last one goes on the crossbar right here. When you lift this out, it goes around there, wraps around the bar, and velcros on. All of these need to be on before you perform, and they need to be off again when you ship them back to us. Now we're going to show you how to load plant number 4 from the pallet onto your stage floor. It takes about 3 people to do it. One person grabs the back, that's where Mark is right now, holding the aluminum. The other person, played by Michael there, is grabbing the front, but he's actually putting his hands inside the mouth and grabbing the lower lip from inside the mouth. You'll be able to feel where it's strongest on the fiberglass. So here you're looking underneath plant number 4. Mike is holding up the skirt, and you see that Mark is standing just upstage of the kill plate. Mike's going to lay the skirt down. Now whenever you rest plant number 4, the lower jaw needs to be resting on the kill plate like this. And upstage, the aluminum frame should be sitting on the stool like that. Before we show you how to get into plant number 4, we're going to show you basically how it's manipulated. The whole plant is basically worn like a large backpack. When Mark crawls inside, he fastens it over his shoulders, around his waist, and across his chest. Once he's inside, he stands up, supporting some of the weight of the plant, holds on to 2 bars coming out of the lower jaw, and manipulates the lower jaw like this. Now we'll show you how to get into it. Getting into plant number 4 is really a 2-man operation. Mike gets in and gives it a little lift so that the puppeteer, Mark, can crawl in underneath. Mark crawls in, and like I said earlier, puts the whole thing on like a backpack. Right now, Mike and Mark are both sharing the weight a little bit, as Mark fastens and adjusts the backpack to his shoulders, his waist, and his chest. Once he's ready, he tells Mike that he's set, and he can sit down. Here's what the plant looks like from behind when it's being manipulated. So the last thing that we're going to walk you through is how to do the kills in Act 2. Right before it comes time to kill one of the characters in Act 2, you have to release the lower jaw from the upper jaw in the plant. There's 2 bungee cords, one to the puppeteer's left and one to the puppeteer's right. They release like this. Make sure that before it's time for the puppet to talk again, your puppeteer reattaches the bungee cords. So the 3 kills that we do in the puppet number 4 are all pretty much the same. But I'm going to show you the Mushnik one, and then you can work through the others on your own. Basically, Mushnik comes up, knocks 3 times. That's the cue for the puppeteer to open the mouth. All Mark is doing right now is standing up. Remember, he's released the bungee cords. When Mushnik steps into the mouth, it's very important that he step as far back on the kill plate as possible, as close to the puppeteer. Mark is standing right there. I get my body as close to his, get down on my knees, look around, and Mark closes. Keep in mind that when you're doing this, it's important to stay as far away from the tip of the plant as you can, and be careful of some of the harder parts back here. That's it. Have a great show.